Yay!
Hello, everybody.
Hey guys, I hope this works. I'm working solely on my phone, so I hope that everything stays working.
Don't have Wi-Fi.
Currently, I am without internet and without telephone.
Yeah, but we're gonna.
But I got my cell phone, which has both hello, hello. I see people popping in.
Yeah.
You don't just give me a little shout out.
Julie's here.
Hey,
Hello.
Joel.
Dad's here. Let's see.
Mandy, does that say Mandy Garrett? Oh, Mandy. Is that you?
Maybe.
Hello, hello, hello. No, that was some Mandy. Somebody, I think it was Mandy. I thought it said Mandy Garrett.
Dad said looks good. Janet Sue's here. Hello.
Hey, Janso.
Uncle Steve's here.
Hey, Stevie. Thank you guys for showing up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this works out good.
Yeah.
The only thing we're going to do tonight is I'm going to talk a little bit about Valentine's Day and how important it is to not take it seriously. It's just another day that you can have somebody in your life. You can have a dog. You can have a best friend. You can have whatever. And just have yourself a minute time. Heck, you might just care about yourself. Take yourself out to dinner.
Yeah. Uncle Brian, Uncle John Dale's here too. Binks just made it in.
Hey, Brian. Hey, John Dale. Hey, Christy.
Glad y'all came to share a little time with us for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
want to say Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, a sweetheart.
You have us.
Yeah.
We care about you.
Right?
We even made you some candy.
Yeah. Yeah. And it looks really, really good. Mom really went all out on the charcuterie
I've been
board
thinking
here.
about doing these for a while, but to tell you the honest truth, I only got myself encouraged to get up off that recliner when they took my internet. So last night and this morning, I put them all together, and they turned out good. Not only did I make them, but I taste tested them too.
I taste tested a few too.
Yeah.
They're really good. I was like, wow.
And these are the simplest of sweets for anybody to make. They don't take very many ingredients. They come together real quick. So anybody that I'll have a video coming out on exactly what you do and how to put it together. But yeah, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment. If you like what you see in treats, smash that like button.
Yeah. Janet Kay's here. I think I see Norma.
Hey, Norm.
I'm sorry if we can't really see your name from that far away and it won't show up on my phone. Oh. Norma said, "Look at you two little cuties." But if you want to comment, I think I see the last name Holcomb, but I can't read. I don't have my spectacles.
Arnie, I think. Hey, Arnie.
Hello. So we are talking about Valentine's Day.
I'm just going to go through a real quick little how it started, and it didn't start the way everybody makes it out to be today. So that was an interesting little information spot to me. They said that the original Valentine's Day was St. Valentine's Day. The reason that they did that was because two different people with the name Valentine had been killed on February the 14th, 2 different years. They weren't even killed on the same day. So the people in the Roman Empire or whatever thought that it warranted having a special day to remember them. So they did. They put, this was way back, like before the 5th century, way back when. But then they would have festivals to celebrate, just like we do with President's Day and all that other stuff. So that's what they did with St. Valentine's Day. They had a, I don't know exactly what, it just, one of the people that was murdered was like a priest, and he was marrying or performing the marriage ceremony for Roman soldiers. And that was against what the emperor wanted. So the emperor outlawed it, and then he put him to death. So that was the reason why the other one got killed, I don't know. But that was the basis then. And back then when they celebrated that festival, which I thought was the most interesting point of view for the whole thing, is the priests would run through the street naked, gently slapping women.
Okay.
I guess that was their way of letting people know which ones was available. But anyway, after a while they did away with that. They said, no, we're not going to do that anymore. It said in 1960, now that's how long it was. 1969, the Roman Catholics removed the feast day concerning St. Valentine's because they couldn't prove that the information that they got was real information. So they didn't want to put these people up on a pedestal if they really weren't supposed to be there. Then, but in the process of that, sometime because they celebrated Valentine's Day, another guy wrote a love letter or a love note he was her teacher, from him to his student. So that kind of brought that in. And then, of course, you've got William Shakespeare that brought in Romeo and Juliet, and that the whole thing about love all went crazy at that point. So they just assimilated it with Valentine's Day. And, of course, Cupid come into the product with his little arrows. And his mom, they said in myth lore, was, let me write it.
What, Cupid's mom?
Cupid's mom.
Okay.
Was Venus, who was the goddess of love. So that's how Cupid got in with his little arrow, shooting people, trying to make them fall in love. So that's just the way it was back in the day. On the 14th of February, which is what Valentine's Day is, the British, back in the day, also celebrated that as the first day of spring. I guess that's before the new calendar come into effect, which changed the months. So, but they had they were celebrating the same thing, but they were celebrating it because they believed it was the first day of spring. And in the early this is the last thing I'll tell you on this. In the early 1910s, Hallmark, which was not Hallmark at the time, they put out the first Valentine's cards for people to buy to give to their people. And then, of course, their legacy of greeting cards just grew and grew and grew and grew. And then they have Hallmark.
Well, that brings me to something I heard on the radio this morning. It says there's like an anti-Valentine's Day movement because people are saying it's a Hallmark holiday. Mm-hmm. So, like, people are buying Hallmark. So then there's another company selling these shirts or whatever for anti-Valentine's Day. So the radio announcer was kind of saying, you're protesting giving your money to Hallmark, but yet you're just giving your money to another company. So, like, where is this movement going, really?
I noticed when I was doing my Valentine crafts, I always get into my Cricut program, and they have quotes. And in it says something about, well, you're not the best, but you'll do. And I'm thinking, there is no way. Either you like Valentine's Day or you don't. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't blur that line. For me, that's being silly. You don't want to celebrate Valentine's Day? Don't.
Yeah, or you can put a little...
And don't make fun of somebody that doesn't want to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you can put a little twist on it. Like Hanny, she has girlfriends at school, and they kind of share gifts. Actually, one of her best friends, since she was in daycare before she started school, they went out and got their nails done together, and it's just, they call it Galentine's. Mm-hmm. Happy Galentine's. And this is actually something she put together. It's just like a cute little just sweets and stuff, and it says Happy Galentine's Day. So you could do something like that if if you ain't dating anybody. There's no reason. They said the anti-Valentine's movement is because the younger generations, you know, may not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they become super sad that day, but, you know, pick your best girlfriend or best guy friend or pet.
Like I told Mandy, get you a dog.
Yeah.
Trust me. They become your best friend.
They do, yeah.
Yeah. Mandy's got a million best friends, I'm just saying. Because she has dogs, cats, chickens,
and she
turkeys.
She got her dogs and her cats presents for Happy Valentine's Day. So
I actually just came up with that this afternoon.
There you go. That's a good idea, though.
But she put Happy Valentine's Day on there, so she got her dogs some
Wet dog food.
canned dog food, and Gidget was just beside herself waiting for Hanny to put that plate down on the floor. So.
I'll bet she was. That's why these animals are here. Tim started getting them wet food.
Yeah. Linda Case here. She said hi.
Hey, Linda.
Let me see. Dad said Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, and thanks for Happy Valentine's Day.
See, I mean, it's all about. Now we're lucky. Our family is extremely lucky because we have a huge family. We can pick one to do something with, or we can pick a whole family to do something with. And a lot of people aren't like that. But you can find a. COVID really screwed everybody up with this socialization stuff.
Yeah.
Just, you know, if nothing else, slip into a church. Sit back there and listen. You know, maybe you'll find one of your best friends in the world just by slipping in there. And you will for sure because you'll find Jesus. But
Right. Bestie.
you can always do that. That's always a given.
He's the slayest of all slays.
Slay. Christy Kincaid's here. Hello, Christy. Glad you could join us. And Jerry's wife.
Oh, okay. Hey, Christy.
And, of course, our Christy Kincaid. She said those are so cute. So.
Throws me off a little bit, Christy. Where you took, you know, you married Jerry, I'm like, I'm expecting my Christy, but I'm glad to have two of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so guys, we're going to show off my candy. I'm going to let Hannah show it, and I'm going to tell you a little brief discussion on how easy they are to put together. And you do not, I did this anyway for Valentine's Day, but any of these things that I did, you can take and make Easter candies out of it. You could do them for a birthday. You could do them for Christmas. You could do them for Halloween. It just depends on what shape you use to cut them out.
Why don't you do them one at a time?
I will.
Okay, you're going to show the whole selection.
She's going to show you what they all look like up front, and then I'll have her bring out one at a time. Which one you want to start with?
You do these big hearts here.
This is in anticipation of Chris coming home next weekend. These are peanut butter balls that I just made up the dough, which is simply butter, peanut butter, and powdered sugar. That's all you have to put in it. And then I flattened it out between two pieces of parchment paper. And then I used my cookie cutter to cut out the heart shape. I took the heart, after you put it in the freezer till it solids up. You bring it out, you take the heart, and you put it in to get the bottom done first. Put it back in the freezer and let that part set up. Then you bring it in, and then you just pour your chocolate over the top of it, and it makes them pretty little hearts.
Yeah, that looks
They
good.
turn-
Break that open and show the peanut butter inside. Yes, that looks
Looks
good.
just like a Reese cup, and tastes pretty close too.
I think Christy will love that. Oh, Janet Sue said Christy likes her some Reese cups. Yes, she does.
She does.
And that has not changed at all. Like,
no, ever
if
since.
she's going to have a cheat day, it's going to be with a Reese cup.
Oh yeah, that could be her. Snack time.
Bink said, OMG, it's a good thing I've lost 8 pounds so far. That way, if I gain 8 pounds back, I won't be too stressed.
Well, congratulations on losing your 8 pounds, kiddo.
Yes, good job. Hate that you had to be sick.
Yeah,
to do it, but-
that was not a good thing, but.
Yeah. Had a stomach virus. And
Okay, next to the.
she was down for what? A
Oreos.
day and a half or something.
Dude,
These are a hit with everybody that's standing in this room.
The Oreo balls.
Yeah.
Yes.
All that is you take a package of Oreos and put them through your food processor and make them into little old bitty stuff, and take a
Show the inside.
package of cream cheese and mix them all together and form them into little balls, and then after you're done, you just dip them in chocolate. But they are delicious, guys.
Yeah, Haney's had like 4 of them since we
Yeah, they are very, very delicious. And it's simple. You can make them for anything. If you just like, we would make haystacks and peanut butter candy. You could whip these up and, well, you do have to let them set overnight, because once you make the first little balls, you have to put them in the refrigerator and set overnight, and then you put the chocolate on the next day. That just makes them good and firm. But yeah, they turned out good.
Bink said, yes, it definitely has not changed a bit, her 11 Reese Cups. And then she said, yeah, being sick was awful. I lost 5 pounds in 36 hours.
Oh, wow, sis.
But I put some of that back on when I could eat again. So this more recent loss is healthier, thankfully. So she's lost weight by not being sick also. So that's great.
Good deal,
Yeah,
good deal, sis. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's do these ones now.
And Uncle Steve said we need to learn to make low-carb treats.
Well, you know what? I'll look to see what I can come up with.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll do one on low-carb treats.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Banks,
they got them out there.
Yeah, Banks said I can make you a low-carb peanut butter ball, actually. So.
Oh, good deal.
Yeah.
You'll have to give me the recipe for it.
Yeah, for sure.
The next one is going to be a little miniature version of the the Reese Cup.
How did you get the words on there?
It's in I have a mold that I got from Dollar Tree store,
Yeah.
and it has those words in it.
Okay.
What I did was I took chocolate and put it in there first, and then I took the peanut butter stuff that was left over from the ones I cut out for the heart shape, and squished it all together and put it in the center, and then poured chocolate over the top of it, and it made them look like that. They did pretty good.
Yeah.
For my first time in doing every one of these, with the exception of the Rice Krispie Treats, which I didn't do too good the first time, but these are pretty good.
They're really good.
Very good.
But speaking of that, let's do the Rice Krispie Treat
The
next.
big one or the ball?
The big one.
Banks said she will. Steve did an emoji with his tongue stuck out. So. Dad said looks good. And Janice Sue said the peanut butter is good. Just use sugar-free chocolate.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but you used powdered sugar with it?
Yeah, I had to use the confectioner sugar on the inside when you mix, because you mix your sugar and your peanut butter together, you cream it together, and then you put in your powdered sugar. And that makes the little inside version. That's all the inside is. Now, you can make with a whole lot of different, like they do on TV, you can make with a whole lot of different flavors. You could she put pretzels in it and everything else, but I just wanted to get the plain Jane so that I knew what I was doing from there out.
Yeah.
Next thing we're going to bring up is my Rice Krispie Treats.
Oh, this is a favorite for a lot of different holidays.
Yeah, you can cut that out with any cookie cutter you own. Trust me, if I can do it, anybody can. So the only thing I did with that was it takes butter.
Okay.
And a bag of marshmallows, 48 big marshmallows.
Okay.
And you just put it on the stove on medium heat, stir it till it all melts, and you put your Rice Krispies in there.
Nice. Which Annie has taste tested, and she said they are really good too.
So, I mean,
awesome.
none of these took me, the beginning stages of none took more than 5 minutes to do, except for the melting of the marshmallows, which took a little longer, because of course they had to melt.
Yeah.
But these were easy. These were super easy, guys.
Awesome. Okay, I see some pretzels here. Pink.
Yeah, I just took regular pretzels with what chocolate that I had left over. And Danica, if you are still on here, the chocolate that you gave me at Christmas or whatever it was, that's what I used. The dark chocolate I put in the center of them. The pink chocolate didn't really do as good, but the dark chocolate just slid off of it where it fell in the middle.
Well, that's cool. Let's see. Brian said Janet uses almond flour and coconut flour to make snacks. So
Oh, yeah.
I have tried the almond flour, and I've had trouble getting it to stay together. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But, like, for example, I had a recipe to use almond flour to make pancakes.
Mm-hmm.
And pancakes just kind of, like, crumbled.
Did you put eggs in it?
Maybe. I think so.
I was going to say, egg is usually the binder in most things. When you put an egg in it, it usually binds it and stuff together. But I haven't cooked with alternative flours. I would like to, because we have a couple members of the family that are gluten free. So it would be nice if we could learn to do gluten free things as well. And they would probably, and the low carb stuff would be good as well. It's hard to get too many candies that's too low carb.
Yeah.
But if you don't eat a ton of them, like us, with taste tests and everything, then of course you can cut down on whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, us, me, I'm speaking me. When you start on something and it's good, it's hard to not say yes to that second.
After you eat the first one and wait about 15 minutes, you forgot.
Yeah.
Like that satisfaction. It's like you want it over and over and over.
Yeah.
Janet Sushi said she made pancakes with, I guess, the almond flour and turned out good. So
maybe it's the type. It's like cooking with Hudson Creek flour versus cooking with some other kind of regular flour.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get better results, but always get better results with Hudson Creek.
Don't have him jumping around because it's hard to hear over here. Janet Kay said she's glad that you could use them. I think that was about the chocolate you gave her.
Yeah.
And I think she said she liked the Rice Krispie treats.
I love Rice Krispie treats. Yeah, I mean, I didn't used to, but I found they're Christmas ones, but they were still the end date, so I just used them. I didn't buy specific ones for it.
Oh, Janet Kay said she made Dean some gluten-free donuts, and he liked them.
Hey, there we go. You'll have to give me the recipe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a gluten-free special. Because there's a lot of people that have, maybe not an allergy, but a gluten-free intolerance, or a gluten-free, just aversion, like me and lettuce. Not that I can't eat it, it's just that it's not a good idea too.
Right.
So I guess the only thing left
the cake
is
pops.
the cake pops.
Those are cake pops?
Yep. What I did was I baked some sugar cookies. I did not make them into sugar cookies. I simply put them in the pan like a cake and baked it up. It said to cut the outside edges off of it because the outside edges would be hard, and then to crumble up the inside. And then to mix it with a half a thing of frosting, which I did. And then I rolled them in little balls and then made them in the shape of a heart.
We missed these.
Cool.
Okay.
We'll do those next.
And then that way, I just covered them with white chocolate. Now I have to say the difference between the white chocolate that I used and the dark chocolate that I used was quite a bit, because the dark chocolate melted down to where it was a good consistency for doing the pouring and stuff, and the white chocolate didn't. Even though I put some coconut oil in it to thin it down, it still did not do the same. If I had used the white first, I wouldn't have thought twice about it, but I used the chocolate first and expect the white to be the same, and they weren't the same type. Right. But it could be because Janet gave me some in a little container, and both of the white were the same little container, where the black I used some bagged they're just little round chocolate wafers. So I used two different kinds. Actually, I used three. I used 2 dark chocolate and 1 brownie mixed chocolate. That's why them Oreo balls are so good.
Janet Sue said that She orders their Hudson cream flour. It's expensive, but worth it. It is
It is
worth
absolutely the best flour to get. Even
Yeah.
if it's getting expensive, I will still buy Hudson cream over something else.
Yeah.
Because I learned, probably should have learned this gazillion years ago. I finally learned how to make biscuits that's almost as good as Mandy's when she's down here and she makes biscuits, and just putting egg and milk in them. And I'm sure every one of you all out there that makes biscuits say, well, how the hell did you make it before that? This old girl just put water and flour together. It still made biscuits, and you can still eat them, but not the big, fat, juicy biscuits that Mandy made. I've been on a hunt for me to be able to find the recipe to do that since she's been down here, whatever it was last year, and she made biscuits. Because I know that it's doable. I've seen it being done. So I put fresh eggs from the chickens in it.
I don't actually use eggs.
Well, I
I
did.
prefer buttermilk, but if I don't have buttermilk, I will use regular milk. But I don't like flattening it down flat. Like, it's kind of thick. So, and then I put as many in a pan as I can so it can only rise up.
Oh.
So then you get the tall biscuits. So.
Well, I don't know, but I've been making them the last 3 or 4 times I've made biscuits. I put an egg in it, and I put milk in it. And I make the dough almost like what you would make a loaf of bread. Make it cut like that by kneading it like you're supposed to instead of getting in a hurry and just flatten it out. Cut those biscuits out, put them in the oven because you're hungry. I made myself slow down long enough to pay attention to what you're doing. So if you're doing anything, if you're out there and you're cooking something and it's not tasting as good as your mama or it's not tasting as good as your daughter, pay attention, because it could be the ingredients you're using. You could be using the exact same ingredients but different name brands. Mm-hmm. So if you like what they did, ask them. Mm-hmm. Ask them what they used. I'm sure if they made a good recipe, they will be more than happy to share that recipe with you.
Oh, yeah.
And mine is nothing but Hudson cream flour, 1 egg, and milk till it gets to the consistency that I want it.
Yeah.
And boy, them biscuits are nice and big and fluffy. And not only that, you can put them in a baggie and put them in the microwave, and they're just as good heated up the next day.
Yeah.
My other ones were hard as a brick, and you may as well not even give them to Sam, because the only thing he's going to do is take them outside and bury them.
Janet Sue says Brian makes the best big fat gravy biscuits. You
Oh.
have to have a big biscuit if you're eating gravy.
If you're
for
going to
sure.
eat gravy, yeah, you have to have that big biscuit. And Timmy makes the best gravy in this household. I try. I mean, I can make gravy that you can eat, but not like Timmy. Timmy makes it like his mama, and it's delicious.
Janet Sue also said use buttermilk. That's the best. So
Yeah.
It is. I prefer buttermilk. Dad said, is Haney eating those snacks by herself, or is Sam helping?
Oh,
Well, but yeah.
Both.
you know Sam's helping. He helped me the whole time I was cooking them, Tim.
But then he broke both my bracelets, so he's sad now.
He's
Oh.
sad because he broke your bracelet. Is that
Is
what he
he,
hit
is he in
before?
timeout?
Yes. I said bad Sam and he's like,
He don't like to be.
He don't like to be
Scolded.
scolded, that's for sure.
Well, I think you did a great job, Mom, with all your snacks, and now we're gonna have to.
We just added a few little things. I'm gonna give these to Hannah. Those are Sour Patch.
kids.
The only thing I couldn't find those sweet tarts. So
And then they got some cute Valentine's Hershey Kisses that have things on the bottom. This one says "Want a kiss?"
well, I didn't know it had stuff on the bottom of them.
It says XOXO.
Up sweet. I don't know what that means. But yeah, that's a cute little thing you could get for your.
And that was the reason
Yeah,
that I went
Valentine.
ahead and done the treats for tonight. I know Valentine's is practically over. These I'm gonna send some home with Mandy for Jason and her and Hannah. The other ones I'm gonna put in the refrigerator for Timmy and Sean when they come home. Hopefully they're still here when they get here. Let's just don't say that that's gonna be 100%. But I did make plenty. But I did make an overwhelming amount so that I can share. And if you, the one of the ladies I watch on TV, every year she makes this, and she takes it around to her family members. She just puts them in a little box and takes them around.
Yeah.
Now, for us ladies, we could do that. For the ones that can't come to a cookie making or a candy making thing, we could totally make up a little box and take it to people that can't be there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But-
sure. All right,
Anyway.
we've been 29 minutes.
All right, well, I'm going to go. My internet has held out, yay! Well, not my internet, but my phone. So I'm not going to take any chances of losing it at the end of this. So you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next Wednesday for Facebook Live. Bye-bye.
Bye.